clearly in that she'll with the emotional part, but not really be able to say what's
what's
lying
really
behind that.
Yeah, I see that for sure. But she might. I know emotions are not something that she's good with at all, so maybe she just is like, and she knows that I'm an emotional person. So maybe she's just trying to be like, oh, I'll just wait for her to come to me instead of me like going to her. I don't know. What's the worst that could happen if I said, hey, Angela, I've been feeling, some strain in our relationship recently, and, here's what I hope for our relationship. Just wondering, what do you want for our relationship? And the worst thing she could say is, I think it's fine. And if she thinks it's fine, then maybe that will just give me a release to say, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's not mad. She says she's fine. If that's not true, she knows that the door is open to talk about it. I've made it clear that maybe I'll just do that.
Well, it sounds like you're developing your strategy here to work at this. The question is the reason behind that you would want to do this. Is it?
Wow.
Is it merely to improve the working relationship, or is there something more important for Heather to do this? For Heather's.
It's probably both and we're gonna have to work together, and so obviously me not asking these questions over these past 6 months hasn't taken the feelings away from me. So in order to continue to work towards this new structure and the way things are laid out, we're going to have a good relationship. We're going to have to collaborate. We're just going to have to work through things together. So I think that it would improve at least my side of the working relationship. I don't know if it would. I don't know what she's feeling. She might be feeling fine, but for me, I think I need to know, is there an elephant in the room or is there not? And, what are we going to do about it? But then I also think, on the other hand, working relationship, yes, but also for me, it's probably, if we're in the process of going up the scale,
Yeah.
that I have to practice these things if I ever want to get up the scale. Otherwise, I'll just be stuck. Not stuck, but just where I am,
Mm-hmm.
which has served me for the past 28 years, But if the hope is to go up the scale, then I need to have these, as much as I really don't want to have these conversations. So, I think on one level it's, we need to have a working relationship, but then on another level it's, I need to do this to show myself I can do these things, so I can do hard things.
Okay, so your vision is both for the self and for the sake of your working relationship, and you're developing this strategy sounds like to work on some of those things.
And I think it will help break that pattern of accommodation. The more, so I could name before I came in here that I can know when I'm being manipulated or over accommodating, but I don't know if I could have said, and in the moment I got out of it, if that's the hope, is that I'll probably always be an accommodating person, and it's good that I can recognize that, but then now that I can recognize it, how do I get out of it? And so, this is a step towards breaking that for myself. That's what I would see it as, at least.
Yeah. And I would invite you just to think about improvement in small months.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. This is not going to solve all the
Yeah,
problems.
and we can't change our patterns of
No.
behavior overnight. I wish we could. Boy,
That would be the best.
that would be the best. But, you know, we work at it, we try to do our best, and, you know, if we improve 3%, 5%, you know, that's significant in my book anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know if I would have been contemplating doing this 6 months ago. So even just contemplating, I feel like it's a big step for me. And that's good. Good for me. Figuring things out.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, you know, when the light bulb goes off, the proverbial light bulb, you know, it's just, wow, yeah, okay, but now I gotta actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the next step.
Take the next step. Well, good. I mean, it seems, again, you have a vision and a strategy. You can articulate what you see as not been serving, behaviors that not been serving you well, and what behaviors might you try to undertake and work with. You know, I think it's your insight's been significant today. So
Yeah.
I did read your process reflection, and I haven't. I'll send you some responses on that. I hope to work on those this afternoon. Get caught up before Thanksgiving. Yay. But I didn't know if there was anything more you wanted to say about that. You kind of talked about it on Monday.
No, since Monday I took what was said and I haven't really done anything with it, but like I know there's a plan, and for me that's a big deal. I like to have action items, and so I know what actions I need to take next, and feel good about that. I found the process reflection before that really helpful. When Daniel and I, just to clarify our expectations of our daughter. But yeah, so that was helpful. Just thinking through pressures on her and what we expect of her and stuff like that. So.
You know, parenting a child, I think, was the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
Yeah.
And it still goes on. He's 25, but you know, it is just.
It's hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
And she is both so much like me and so different from me that it drives me mad a little bit. It's just crazy trying to figure out. Right now, it's all about getting dressed. That's our big hurdle every morning. It's like we're pulling her fingernails out one by one as we try to undress her and put a coat on her to go to.
She's 2.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure this is just a phase. I'm sure that in like 2 months, we'll be like, okay, remember when it was like awful to change her out of her clothes? I told her this morning, I said, Nora, we're just going to do it one more day, and then tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and Mommy and Daddy are on vacation for a few days, and you can stay in your pajamas all day. All day. We don't have anywhere to go where you need to be dressed up for anything. And of course she's like, whatever, Mom, you're taking my pajamas off now, and all I want to do is sleep. So,
yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Kids.
Yeah. Just knowing, what can they handle, what can't they handle, and what are realistic expectations for a 2-year-old. So.
One of the things in your process reflection that I was thinking about earlier was the anxiety of trying to develop a plan for your new position and getting that done. And I think you said something along the line of I wish I could just get away for a period of time to work on it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is that not a possibility?
I think it would be. As I roll my eyes, it would be. Then I might take a Tuesday away, from church, because Tuesdays are typically the easiest day to get away. Except for we have our staff meeting during the middle of the day, so I just wonder if I would get pushback from it. I mean, yeah, I'm just really protective of our days off. I could take a half day on Friday and do it, which would be easy, and I wouldn't get pushback from anybody but my husband and Nora. But I don't think it would take too long for me to do. But I think I could get away and do it. I think also the desire to get away is just that I don't like going into the church to work. If I could figure out how to not be in the church, that would be great. Which sounds awful, but I am distancing myself from all the people, and all the people are in the church. Angela and Jim and Linda. So, but yeah, I think it would be possible to get away, especially if I said, like, hey, I'm gonna take all day Tuesday and I'm working out what I'm doing in January, and here's what I would be sharing in the staff meeting, and if I told Jim and I said, is there, let me know if there's an issue with that, and if there is, I'll come to the staff meeting. If not, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'll be here. You come stop by if you need to see me. But I'm also more creative when I'm not in, and that's true of most people. Sometimes when you get out of your own space, you're like, oh, I can be more creative. Like Daniel can't work at home. I can't really work there either too much, stuff like that. So I think I could ask for that space, and especially if it was Jim, who is the one that wants me to do this, right? Like, he would be like, sure.
Yeah, and he's the one you report to.
Yeah. So, I'd do that. We come back from Thanksgiving, which seems crazy. I feel like as soon as we get back from Thanksgiving, it's going to be just chaos. Just insanity until... Which is ironic because our Advent theme is a crazy little thing called Advent, which I think I've shared, but our Christmas pageant this year is called Our Chaos, His Peace. And it feels chaotic to me. I'm like, what does it mean that we're trying to teach our lay people that Advent is time to slow down and, wait and be patient, and we're running around like mad people? What are we saying right now?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does appear then, if you have observant lay people, that that's a mixed message.
Yeah. Like, what does it mean that we're trying to do all the things? But we're like, no, you need to slow down and not participate in the chaos that is this season. We'll do it though. Mm-hmm. We're fine. But
yeah, that's a real interesting question.
It is. You guys are using different words here, though, right?
Yeah, we've been working on an Advent. Well, the whole organization's been doing the dimensions of health,
mm-hmm.
Healthy aging, and so December is the spiritual dimensions of health, and so we've had Linda's led a task group on kind of coming up with ideas and plans
mm-hmm.
for that, and a lot of it is related on an Advent theme, and so yeah, it's been good. It's been good to think about those kinds of things for almost a year, and hear other people's thinking and thoughts, and yeah, I've enjoyed it. I hope it comes out as well as we have a vision for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see all the artwork. That's what I'm looking forward to in the chapel.
Yeah, I think that's going to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have special events going on creativity and mindfulness, and even a theological scientific dialogue on the God particle.
Oh, are you going to be participating?
I'm going to be on the faith
panel?
side.
On
Yeah,
the panel?
yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Oh. We were in.
Physics is not my bailiwick.
Yeah, my dad's a physics teacher.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, but he is of the belief that science is so intricate and so just amazing and mind-blowing that to deny a divine creator would be to like laugh in the face of your work, because he's like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that this was just created out of that just all happened. He was like, I just, you know, you just see such a, I don't know, like a hand in it in a way.
One of my favorite courses at college was about the theological and scientific divide, and it was really well done. And I think about it often that, you know, theology and science don't have to be in their own silos.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a rich dialogue that can take place over, you know, the God particle, or you know, over what, well, you know, obviously creation and
Big Bang.
and the Big Bang and all of those kinds of
Yeah.
things. Yeah, and that, you know, when you have people on, like anything, people on both sides who are willing to listen,
Mm-hmm.
and also willing to have their own assumptions challenged. And I think scientists are a little bit better about that
Yeah.
than maybe theologians or
Mm-hmm.
or people of faith. But yeah, you know, I think we need to have our assumptions rocked every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting. I don't think my generation is like particularly good at dialogue. I don't think that we're good at it, and it's something. I mean, I'm not good at it. I don't like dialogue because I hear it as conflict. But it has been good to be in spaces like we went to the pub theology night at Sean's church this past week. It was really neat to just sit and talk with people, and Sean didn't ask like too controversial of questions. You could have taken it there, but he didn't. I mean, our table didn't, but it was just neat to, it was, you know, like what in the world scares you right now? What gives you hope? And I talked about gun violence, and, you know, somebody across the table said, well, guns don't scare me, but, you know, and it was just neat to engage and not be like, okay, he can have that opinion, and I can have my opinion, and at the end of the day, we can still share chips.
Well, there you go.
And salsa.
The chips and salsa. There you go.
Yeah, it was neat. I was like, I need to practice this more often. And Danielle's family's really good at arguing, like in a playful way. Which is bizarre to me, and I'm really bad at it. And so my mother-in-law now, because I've said I was like, sometimes I hate when I have to spend too much time with you guys because you guys argue all the time. And she was like, well, we're not really arguing. I was like, I know, but I'm just not good at it. And I was like, it just gets me all anxious and worked up, and I just don't like it. And she was like, okay, well, let's just do like pretend debates with each other. And so sometimes she'll like be like, do you want to do a pretend debate with me? And so I can work on that, because that's what they do.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It is. It is
like
neat.
That.
She, you know, because she used to say like her dad. It was something that they learned in her family. Her dad was a minister, and they would sit down, and every night he would like bring a question to them and just like ask their opinions about it, and they were allowed to like argue around the table. And then when it was done, well, we didn't talk about it anymore. You know, nobody's feelings were hurt. We all shared our opinions and our thoughts and our reasons why, and had a good discussion about whatever he wanted to talk about. And so they're really good at just like debating whatever, and then they'll just be done and they'll be like, nothing happened. I'm like, you guys were just like almost yelling at each other like 5 minutes ago, and now we're gonna go do a puzzle together. Like, what's happening? So very bizarre, because we don't fight in my family. I mean, we don't fight in my family. We do. It happens behind closed doors, but yeah, not in the ways that they do. So that's been interesting. I've had to grow myself in being grafted into his family. So.
But that sounds like an interesting dynamic on your family project.
Oh yeah. They're and it's since his parents are divorced. His dad's not that way.
Mm-hmm.
But his mom is, and his sister is. And so when you get the three of them together, it's like, oh my gosh. And Daniel, that's how he makes friends, is he likes people that he can debate with, which is really weird. I don't know why he would have chosen me for his wife, because I don't debate with them. I'm like, sometimes if he makes me really mad, if it's like something I'm really invested in, if it's a hill I'm willing to die on, I'll debate him, but most of the time I'm like, no, okay, whatever, you're right, sure.
So what I'm hearing is that somebody who's overly accommodating is probably not good on the debate team.
No, probably not. Not at all. Like, why are you yelling at me? I'm just trying to share my side of the story. My parents could have probably spared to put me in debate team or something like that. Here, let me just grow this side of you that you don't get to practice at home. Yeah, no. But it is funny, because his best friend Mitch, they're just like two totally different people, and so his wife and I, like, sometimes we're like, oh, you want to take the babies downstairs to play, because they're getting into it now. And we're like, no, we don't want to listen to them talk about gun control or whatever they want to talk about. We're like, well, we'll be downstairs with the babies. You guys have fun, come find us when you're done. But it's weird.
Well, all right, I think
We've taken
come
our time.
to the time. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Do you have family coming to your
My
house?
sister and her boyfriend Abdul are coming, so
Good.
that will be good. I hope there are no bombshells. Praying for no ring. I don't want to be the first person to find out. There would be so much to go on there. I guess I could talk about that in my family origin project, even though he's not in our family yet. But anyways, we're doing that on Thursday, and it will be good. It'll be good to see her. And then we'll head down to Richmond to stay with my father-in-law, but we're having Thanksgiving with my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law. But we'll get to stay with him on Friday night and Saturday. Oh no, just Friday night. Yeah, so it'll be good. I'll get to see everybody. Nice. And my parents and my youngest sister are down in North Carolina with my grandma, so won't get to see them. But we'll see them eventually.
Okay.
FaceTime probably. What about you? Are you here?
I'm here. Well, I'm not. I'm in town. Yes.
You're in town.
Yeah, my son will be coming up.